Ian, you leave Notre Dame as the all-time win leader. What does this program and university mean to you?
It means everything to me. Making that decision to come to Notre Dame, it's just been unbelievable. It's been everything I wanted it to be. It didn't finish, the way I wanted it to tonight, but I love these guys so much. This whole entire team, this whole entire program. I didn't know what I was getting myself into going to Notre Dame, and it's just exceeded every expectation that I've had. And blessed. It's awesome. What an unbelievable journey. Definitely going to stay positive. And just some special guys. Met lifelong friends and unbelievable coaches. And it's just been everything I wanted it to be. So super fortunate, super grateful, and we'll keep our heads high.
Okay, next question will come from Pete Sampson. Pete, go ahead.
Kyren is one of the guys coming back next year. Like, where do you feel best about this program long haul? I mean, obviously, quarterback, offensive line are a little bit different next year, but where do you get the most confidence that you guys can come back to a stage like this?
I just think it's from our past leaders. Rob and Ian, they set a great example, and every other senior set a great example to where we need to be in the future and as players at Notre Dame. So we know what we have to do. We know that the work starts tomorrow. So, we're ready for what's ahead of us and ready to take it on with new leadership.
All right, your next question will come from Nick S. I'm sorry there's not a last name there, but Nick, please identify yourself, and your line is open. You'll need to unmute your line, Nick. All right, we'll go to the...
Sorry, I had some unmute issues. That's for Ian. Ian, I'd like to know what's changed about the program from your perspective from when you came in initially to your 5 years on campus, all the winning, everything that's gone on. From your perspective, what's changed?
We talk about traits in a process that we follow, and it really just means living your life the right way on and off the field. And you follow that, and you call it a process, and there's so many things that go into it, but that's what we call it. And it's about being the best student athlete you can be, and it's about graduating and winning a national championship. We talk about it every single day, and when you focus on that, good things happen. And I remember when I got there, it just started with the seniors that took me under their wing, and then I try to do the same now when I'm here. So that just builds on, and I know that these guys, when they're seniors, will do the same thing.
All right, your next question will come from Tyler James of South Bend Tribune. Go ahead, Tyler.
Ian, on those first two drives, did it feel like the offense needed to settle down a bit, and how were you guys maybe able to recover for that third drive to get on the board?
We just kept saying focus on the next play, or one play at a time. No point of looking in the future, no point of looking back at the past. And we knew we were going to have some good plays, and we're playing a really good team. We knew we were going to have some. They were going to make some plays, and we would have some bad ones. So that's part of the game. It was about forgetting about it and moving on.
Our next question will come from Patrick Engel, Blue and Gold Illustrated. Go ahead, Patrick.
Ian, we heard you guys and coaches talk coming into this about being able to control the ball, and just by looking at time of possession, you guys were able to do that. But what do you think, despite that, kind of went into Alabama being able to still win by multiple touchdowns?
Yeah, that was part of our plan. That was part of our plan, and they just made more plays than we did tonight. And we talked about that all week. We were going to try to win the time of possession, and then when it's time to make a big play, and they made more big plays. So that's why they came out victorious tonight.
Next question will come from Len Clark. Go ahead, Len.
A question for Michael and Robert. With COVID, you guys really had to come together as a team. What have you learned about leadership, and how will this propel the program forward? Not only with the leadership aspect, but with just the physical conditioning, playing so late in a season into December and now in January.
Go ahead, Michael.
What I learned was that this team has very, very good leaders. Coming in as a freshman, there's a lot of things you got to learn about college football. And, seniors in the fifth years here have done a very good job with me, and they've taught me a lot. So I learned that this team has very good leadership, and that's going to keep continuing next year and for as long as I'm here.
Yeah, I mean, all the seniors like Ian and Tommy, Liam Banks, all those guys I've left with. I mean, it's been a great couple of years. But like the guys like to my right and left, Kyren and Mike, retro or sophomore, freshmen coming in. Those are the guys. I mean, you guys made this season an absolute blast to play. Kyren, your tenacity and the way you played it was some of the most fun I've ever had playing football. And Mike, just seeing you like step in as a young guy. I mean, I did the same thing, and it was a blast. And seeing you excel and do that stuff is what made this season so much fun. So thank you guys for being there and doing that.
All right, next question will come from Douglas Farmer. Go ahead, Douglas, your line's open.
Robert, I hate to pile on right after you showed that bit of emotion, but as Ian's final pass fell incomplete, to my eye, you were the first guy to embrace him. What was some of what was said between you two at that point?
Yeah, I told him I love him to death, love him with all my heart. He's been a great teammate and a great quarterback, and I can't really put into words how much fun it's been having him as a friend. And he is a true friend, and we're going to be friends forever. And it's been a great 4 years, and I can't wait to see what he does next because the kid's a winner, and all he's going to do is go on and be the best he can be, the best Ian Book he can be, and that's all he needs to be.
Next question will come from Angelo DiCarlo. Go ahead, Angelo.
This is for Robert and maybe Kyren or Ian if they want to jump in on it. Obviously there's a lot of offensive linemen leaving. Where do you feel the next group can succeed in terms of the offensive line and what it will take for them? And can that still be the identity of this offense starting up front in the trenches with a younger group next year?
Yeah, I mean, they have to be. I just told them in the locker room, as one group leaves, another group comes in, and we've seen it and we've been through it. We were a younger group in 2018, and we won 12 games, and we're back here. So there's no doubt in my mind that these guys can step up and play the type of football that they've learned how to play from Coach Quinn and Coach Reese and from each other. I think that there's no doubt that they'll be able to step up and attack, and this team's going to go as the offensive line goes. It always has and it always will, as with any team. But they need to be the core of the offense like we were, and I think they'll do a great job of that as they step up, and this offseason is going to be huge. And they have a great running back, a great group of tight ends, and a great quarterback, great couple of young quarterbacks that are going to come in and compete and have fun. So this offense is only going up with the coaching we have and the players we have. And I'm excited to watch it.
Kyren, did you want to follow up?
I'm good.
Okay. Ian?
Good. No, you hit it. That's
Okay.
good.
All right, next question will come from Austin Huff. Go ahead, Austin.
This is for Kyren and Michael. Coach Kelly talked about just Alabama making more plays and kind of having that firepower. Are there things that you guys can work on in the offseason to where you guys are in the position where you have that firepower on the offense and you are making those plays instead of watching another team do that against you, I guess?
I just feel like with the off-season work that we're about to put in, we're going to get to that point where we can have that fire point offense or whatever that you seem that we don't think we have now. But I feel like this offense, it has the same exact firepower as the team we just played. We just, like Ian said, they just made more plays than we did. So I just feel like with this work, we can only get better and more improve.
I agree with Kyren. We're just going to come in and keep working. We had great offense, great firepower this year, and it's not gonna stop here. We're going to keep it going until next year.
Okay, next question will come from Mike Reeves. He has written this question in, and it's for any of the student athletes. Knowing that it was a great season, can you describe the disappointment of coming up short in this final one?
No. I literally can't, so.
Okay.
It's tough. It's pretty hard to explain. I mean, we fell short. Our goal is to win a national championship, and we didn't do that. So, a lot of us, me and Rob and I, we're done. It's up to these guys now. But I trust them, and I plan on them being back here, and I'll be watching.
Okay, last chance for any questions. Are there any questions from the media? Okay, we'll follow up with one more from Angelo DiCarlo. Go ahead, Angelo.
Ian, what can you tell us about the younger quarterbacks and what you see happening with that position moving forward? Because obviously not a lot of experience from those guys. You took pretty much every snap this year, but you've seen those guys. What do you think the future at QB can be?
I think it's a bright future. I love all those guys. I thought we had an unbelievable room. with a bunch of different guys in it. And I just enjoyed this year with all those guys. And I think the competition in the spring is perfect. I think everybody in that QB room wants that. And that's what you need. You want competition, and you want guys who want competition. And it's going to be an unbelievable battle. But all those guys can do it. Every guy in that QB room can do it. I know they have the potential. I'm just excited to watch, and I believe in all of them.